So again, don't say the word if.
Oh, just finally function S, which is positive using F prime with the zeros.
I think you have the right thought, but what might be causing you trouble is you're making small mistakes. Like you said you made a sign chart. What are you going to make a sign chart of?
F prime.
F prime. And so I never want you to make a sign chart until you have a Danica's chart to make sure you're making the right sign chart. So if we're making a sign chart of F prime, that means we're going to chart the positive and negative y coordinates of F prime. And we want those to correspond to what? She's like, what did you just say? The idea is that you're making a sign chart of F prime, which means you're going to chart the y coordinates of F prime. You're doing that because those y coordinates of F prime correspond to the y coordinates of F in a unique way. The sign chart of F prime will tell you when F is going up and down, and that will tell you when F has relative extrema. So that's what I was hoping you would have said. Like, I think you were thinking the right idea, but it's interesting how often, if we believe we're thinking correctly, unless we can say it correctly, mistakes usually occur. So what would you do next to make a sign chart of F? And just jump in anytime, Jacob, with a question. What would you do to make a sign chart of F prime?
Use the factors in F prime.
Yeah, they gave us F prime factored. That was nice. So first step in sign charting F prime is to identify the x coordinates which cause F prime to equal 0.
So it's 2 and 3.
4. Oh, I thought you thought the door was locked.
No, I didn't
No,
really try it.
Very good. So I can mark those x coordinates down. I want to make sure they're spaced out nicely, so 2, 3, and 4. Now what, Josie?
And then I just plugged in the values on like on a line to see.
Uh-huh. So what value do you want to test?
Just 1, I guess, 4.
Yeah, 1 works good. Or, honestly, my favorite would be 0. Just 0 is typically easier to work with. So I've got my formula here for F prime. F prime is x subtract 2, x minus 3 squared, and x minus 4 cubed. So if I plug in x equals 0 into all 3 x's, first factor is what, Josie?
Negative.
Perfect. Second factor? Oh, that's your mistake.
Oh, because it's squared.
Yeah, 0 minus 3 would be negative 3, but negative 3 squared would be positive. And the last factor? Negative. Hence, when the x value is 0, the y value of f prime is positive or negative?
Negative. Positive.
Which one? Positive.
Yeah.
Yeah, negative times positive times negative, so these are negative. So now what?
So then another value.
What value do you want to test?
Just like a in between 2 and 3, so like 2.5 or something.
2.5. So we put a 2.5 in for all 3 x's. First factor will be second factor. Now this one I kind of cheat a little bit because I say it doesn't matter what I'm going to get here. Once that value is squared, I'm going to get a positive number. Other than 0, which I've already identified for x equal 3. So that one I can kind of stop thinking about.
And then that's the
Negative. Hence the result is and check 3.5. I'm guessing that was your only mistake. It's the high penalty of calculus. You can't make a mistake. So, first one would be?
Positive.
Second one?
Positive.
Last one?
Negative. So negative.
Something seems wrong.
That's the first one. Positive. I'm going to negative, positive, negative. Positive.
Something's up there. We plug in. Oh, this was positive.
Yeah.
There we go. Thanks, Jacob. I was going to say it shouldn't be like that. Try 4.5. Now we get all positives again. Therefore, Josie, the correct answer is?
Is A, the maximum is
Yes, F has a relative max when F prime changes positive to negative. So this is definitely a true statement right there. Oh, 2 is true as well. Because right here, F prime is changing. Oh, that's not true. My bad. It's false. And then 4 is the relative minimum on F. So item 1 is the only one.
So can you like split up the factors and do like each one separately?
You can. You can do the sign chart either way, whichever way you prefer. So you can do it this way. Say like x minus 2, x minus 3 squared, x minus 4 cubed. Is that what you meant?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do it that way, and you can say, okay, this one has, let's see, an x equal 2, this will be 0, all these x's negative, all these x's positive, x equal 3, 0, this is positive everywhere, x equal 4, and then you recognize that f prime is the product of those 3 factors. You multiply them together. So that's positive, negative, negative, positive. Yeah, either way. Good?
Um,
Cool. Go ahead, Jacob.